good morning, Taconic. Thank you for tuning in to another amazing episode of Taconic TV. And today, we've got a great show lined up for you. But first, as you can see, we're back in the studio. Since we're back in school, we can start making these amazing shows for you right at home. So, my name is Ian McGrath. Today is March 5th, and let's get right into the news. Today, we have the main news with Nolan Smith and the news in Spanish with Sarah Hernandez. Josh Meany is going to tell us what happened on this day in history, and Owen Bonney has a great book review segment. Now, let's send it off to Josh, who's going to tell us what really happened on this day in history.
Thanks, Ian. And today, I'm back to talk about this day in history. And well, we'll be talking about today, March 5th. In 1849, Zachary Taylor was sworn in as the 12th president. The stapler was patented by England in 1868. The impeachment trial for Andrew Johnson also began in 1868. IBM was officially incorporated in 1924. The Nazi Party took power in the German parliament in 1933, leading to Germany and the world into the Second World War 6 years later, and leading the Axis powers, made up primarily of Germany, Italy, and Japan, although Germany and Japan never assisted or aided each other at all during the war. In 1953, Stalin died in Moscow while still in office. King Kong was first televised in 1957, leading to the latest movie, Godzilla vs. King Kong, coming out over 64 years later at the end of this month. Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven was first performed live in 1971. And finally, the Boston Massacre. On the morning of March 5th, 1774, British redcoats fired upon protesting colonists in Boston, which sparked outrage in the 13 colonies and eventually led to the road of revolution and independence in the 13 colonies, eventually us becoming the United States. That's it for today in history. Now we're bringing it over to Nolan for the news. Nolan?
Thanks, Josh. All students, the next Spirit Week will be in April, and Coach Malloy will send everyone an email about buying class color shirts. Take a look at your email and contact Coach Malloy with any questions. The PE All-Stars for the month of March were Hayden Dearston, Jaden LaForest, and Cole Davenport. Congratulations. All seniors, there are many scholarships coming, including the Golden Wing Scholarship due March 29th and the 2021 Credit Union College Scholarship due April 1st. Make sure to contact Cindy and Guidance or head over to the THS School Counseling Office website for more information. Now that we're back in school, everyone needs to remember to keep on being safe and wearing a mask and practicing social distance whenever possible. In current news, the Golden Globes were on last weekend to kick off the virtual award season. Some of the highlights would include Soul winning Best Animated Picture, Chadwick Boseman winning Best Actor in a Motion Picture Drama, and Chloe Zhao becoming the second woman to win the Best Director of a Motion Picture and becoming the first Asian woman to ever win the award. We are now in phase 2 of the vaccine rollout, meaning anyone 65 plus or people with 2 or more certain medical conditions are now permitted to sign up to get the vaccine. Massachusetts is projecting phase 3 to start, where it is available to the general public by some point in April. If you want any more information, please head to the website you see on your screen now. That's it for the news in English, but I'd like to pass it over to Sarah Hernandez, who has the news in Spanish.
Hola amigos y compañeros de Taconic, mi nombre es Sara Hernández. En las últimas noticias de hoy, la próxima semana espiritual será en abril. Si tiene alguna pregunta o alguna duda, por favor envíe un correo electrónico al entrenador Malloy, ya que ella se ha encargado de mandar un correo electrónico a cada estudiante con las opciones de las camisetas de colores asignadas por cada grado. Y para los estudiantes de último año, recuerden que la beca de Gold Wings vence el 29 de marzo, pero también tenemos la beca universitaria de la Corporativa de Crédito 2021 que vence el 1 de abril. Otras últimas noticias. Ahora estamos en la fase 2 del lanzamiento de la vacuna, lo que significa que cualquier persona de 65 años o más, o personas con 2 o más condiciones médicas determinadas, ahora pueden inscribirse para comenzar a recibir su vacuna. Más se está proyectando que la fase 3 comenzará donde estará disponible para el público en general, en algún momento de abril. Si desea obtener más información, diríjase al sitio web que ve en pantalla. Esto ha sido todo por hoy. Muchas gracias.
How's it going, everyone? My name is Owen, and welcome to this week's book review. For this week, I'm actually not going to be ranking a book, but actually a series of books called the Fazbear Fright series. This series of books is based on the popular video game franchise Five Nights at Freddy's. Each of these books contains 3 short, easy-to-read scary stories for readers ages 13 and up. Not only do these stories provide entertainment for fans of the video game series, but they also provide clues and details that help fill in the blanks of some of the many mysteries in the complicated storyline that is Five Nights at Freddy's. All the stories in this series tend to be different in their own unique way, but they all do tend to relate back to the video game series. Most of the time it's usually with a very similar or actual character that is present in the Five Nights at Freddy's games. Now at first glance, these books look very similar to the Goosebumps series, which they are very similar, but the Fazbear Frights books tend to actually tackle much more darker and disturbing stories than Goosebumps does. For example, one of the stories known as Step Closer, my personal favorite, is about a teenage boy who is constantly ending up in situations that nearly result in him losing one of his eyes or one of his arms. One of the things I really like about this series is how fast each book is being produced. The series only began in early 2020 and they're already on their 7th book as of now, and there's already 2 more that are planned to come out later this year. If you are a fan of the Five Nights at Freddy's series and you like some of these easy to read short stories, I highly recommend you check out the Fazbear Fright series. These books are easily accessible at Barnes & Noble and Amazon, as well as Target and Walmart. That is all for this week's book review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and now let's hand it over to Wojcik's Weather. Check it out.
Hi everyone, welcome to Wojcik's Weather. We'll get right into our look at the weekend. And what we're looking at is a pretty quiet weekend on the weather front. It's going to be cooler. We've got high pressure over us and some cool weather with a dip in the jet stream coming down for the next few days. But we are going to look at a warm up later in the week, which I'll get to in a minute. So the country's pretty quiet right now, and it's going to be that way through most of the weekend. Current temperatures, look, everybody's pretty much in the 30s throughout the Northeast. Obviously, the further north you go, Syracuse, Potsdam, it's temperatures, drop down with that cooler air coming in. So what we're looking at is on the 7-day, Friday's still going to be windy. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday going to be cooler. You can see we're going to be into the teens. Both days, some of the outlying areas will be a little bit cooler. But then we're going to start a warm up after Sunday. The weekend will be clear. So it'll be sunny. You'll still be able to do your outdoor activities, and the winds will die off after Friday. But the temperatures are going to be on the cool side. But starting Monday afternoon, we're going to almost hit 40. Probably Tuesday and Wednesday, 50s. They're even talking it could even be higher. Next chance for precip would be on Thursday. And as we look for Pittsfield, pretty much the same. Cool on the weekend. Mondays 40s, Tuesday, Wednesdays up into the 50s. So, eventually we are getting there. Spring is getting here. So we'll look forward to that. You guys have a great weekend. And remember, stay positive and test negative.
To end the show, we have the quote of the day. All things I really like to do are either immoral, illegal, or fattening. Thank you to everyone who made the show possible and who sent in the news. Remember, if you want your news to be featured in the show, please email taconictv@pittsfield.net. Everyone, take responsibility, have respect, and stay healthy and safe. Let's make it a great day.